you you switch from a high-paying corporate job to start your business. Now you have three. So uh, take me through your thought process of how did you make the decision and why did you switch?
Yeah, so I think I graduated with an undergraduate in marketing, and I think basically right out of the gate out of university, I knew I wanted to pursue entrepreneurship. But you kind of fall into getting that first full-time job, and it pays well, and there's the security. And so I spent about 15 years working corporately, and it probably wasn't, even though all the way along the journey, I kind of was yearning for that entrepreneurship lifestyle. But I think it wasn't until I started my creative master's program out in Victoria, British Columbia, actually, in
Oh,
2012. Yeah, at Royal Roads University. And so part of my master's thesis was actually traveling to a remote village in the Philippines for 3 months and conducting an ethnography with the community there. And I did a photo documentary around this community. And I think I went there and I studied these people, and I was going there for that purpose. But I actually ended up finding out a lot more about myself and who I was. There was no running water, no internet, no electricity. So it really allowed me to kind of get grounded and really do some soul searching on what I wanted to do. And so in 2014, when I came back, I had totally changed. And I knew that I wanted to, I wanted to break free from the 9 to 5 grind. I wanted to get out of that sort of cubicle lifestyle, even though I was, earning 6-figure income. I had great benefits. I was essentially living for the weekend and waiting to plan my next trip. So I knew it wasn't the life that I wanted to live. And so I decided in 2016, I believe, yes, to ditch my corporate career and open the wine store and pursue my wedding photography business. So
wow, that's wonderful. How did you, so many people,
yeah,
oh, before I go to my next question, will you be able to back out a little bit
yeah,
so we can see your full face? Can you see
yeah,
us? Yes.
yeah,
Um,
perfect.
no, now you're too far away. And let's see. Or maybe you tilt your camera a little bit so you can, because yes, yes,
Perfect.
now it's
Okay.
perfect. Okay, so now we can see your whole face
Yeah.
instead of just
The
like part of
headshot.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important that we can see all your beautiful smile.
Yes.
So how a lot of people said they want to change, but they don't.
Yeah.
How did you, because of the insecurity, the fear, entrepreneurship actually is not easy. We have quite a lot of overnight success, which is not.
Yeah.
How did you overcome that fear and let yourself um, to pursue,
Make the leap. Yeah.
yeah, the dream?
I think because I had let it go for so long that I was living out of alignment, I wasn't living my full purpose, that it kind of almost got to a breaking point. My health wasn't good. I was depressed. I had really high anxiety because I really wasn't living my true purpose. And so for me, it was, my health really started to deteriorate. And so it was either stay in something that you hate doing or um, make this switch. And so I have a lot of friends who are entrepreneurs. So I really tapped into them for support. I connected with them to really help push me to make that leap because I knew it was kind of now or never. It was kind of an ultimatum. It was like, do you live your life for the next 20 years and get sicker and sicker and sicker, or do you make the choice to make it happen? And I think a lot of people that I've talked to too, it actually is that like it became an ultimatum for them. They became really sick, full of depression, anxiety, just really I think on my blog I had written like the light within me was burning so low because I just was yearning for that creativity, that vibrancy, that freedom. And so that's kind of what really pushed me to make the change was more around like the long-term health implications that I saw myself that was going to happen. So
Wow, actually, you are quite blessed to have friends in your circle that have been doing it, so you can lean on them a little bit for the support.
yeah,
A lot of, like myself included, like everyone I've known, especially I'm from the professional world as
yeah,
well. So everyone, they're professionals. I have friends who are entrepreneurs, but they're not in my inner circle. So I probably lost half friends after I decided to walk out from my corporate job because of the status
Yeah.
that associate with my job or that the identity. That's why so many people are afraid to change. They're thinking the world will collapse on them.
Totally.
So how did you start two business and where did the idea come from?
Yeah. So when I did my master's thesis in 2014, I had no photography background. I love photography. I love to travel. I had a camera and I just took pictures. And I know when my thesis advisor, when I got my thesis approved, he was a little hesitant because I really had no formal training. And that's kind of what spurred me to pursue my photography was when I went and did this master's thesis, the work that I presented and brought back was awesome. And so I really started to pursue the photography side of things. In terms of the wine business, it was actually, there's four of us actually in the business. It's my brother, my sister-in-law, and me and my spouse. So it was actually my brother and sister-in-law that pitched the idea to us. And at first I was like, I don't know. I was still working corporately. I was side hustling my wedding photography side of things, and I was working corporately. And it was that fear of making that leap, right? With, am I going to make enough money to survive? Am I going to make enough money to live? And they pitched it to me, but then it got to be a point where I was just so unhappy in my current position that I was like, okay, I will help get that store up and running, which we've done over 3 years so far, and really grown exponentially. So yeah, that's where the idea of the wine came from. I love wine. I love food. I'm a bit of a foodie. And so it was kind of a natural progression, and a really great idea. So